Well, how do there, chums? As I, Captain Steve, and today, chums, I've got a little bit of news for you guys, out in the viewerverse. However, what I would say is this news is more of a data mine, chums. So yeah, it's not actual bona fide news. However, it does contain some spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers for Expedition 3, please divert your eyes now, people. Yeah, you've been warned. Executamundo. Righto, so here it is. Now this was actually put up by GUMSK, that's G-U-M-S-U-K, I'll put his name on the screen. And this was over on PT's, the Procedural Traveller's Discord that this came from, and the Procedural Traveller has actually put the actual contents of that said from the Discord conversation. So thanking you, the Procedural Traveller. I put a link to your channel in the top right hand corner along with your Twitter name so people can follow you there for the latest news because it's freaking awesome. Anyway, I can now do some analysis on this bite-sized image that PT put together from that conversation, and you can see there it says start with an exotic ship. Well, isn't that a treat for any new player starting out with an exotic ship? How awesome is that? So I'd imagine a lot of people throw away their expedition saves. This one could be a keeper, depending on how awesome that exotic ship is. Very cool, like that idea. So there are 5 stages yet again. Let's go through the stages. So stage 1 contains base building. Get a mech, collect storm crystals, dig something up, find NPC shops, leave planet. So, interesting, stage 1. So, if there's storm crystals on that planet, we can only but assume it's an extreme planet. And yes, you can pick up storm crystals inside of your mech, so that makes sense. Building a base right from the off on an extreme planet also makes sense. What it does not say here, or gives you the option, is find ship. So I can only imagine that we spawn in with our ship to hand, which is pretty darn freaking sweet, if that's the case. So yeah, find NPC shops has me a little bit puzzled. Do they mean like an outpost or something? Or are we going to go find an archive? Because they're the only 2 buildings I can think of where they could be classed as shops on planet surfaces. I mean, if it put it as step 6 rather and swapped the leave planet around, I would assume it would be the station. So that one's got me slightly puzzled. Now, stage 2, you've got explore caves. Heck yes, I mentioned in my speculation video about exploring caves because we've got that mission badge from Expedition 2 that shows cave exploration. Deal with cave hazardous plants. Again, I speculated that too, that's pretty darn freaking sweet. Dig up fossils, get pets, scan underground creatures, scan minerals, use portal. Interesting. So a lot of this stuff is underground type stuff. So scan underground creatures. Part of me wonders whether they might be adding in some new underground fauna, but no, I mean this is an expedition. It's not like a marked large update, is it? So who knows? Who knows? We could just be looking for creatures in caves for some time. That could be slightly annoying. Scan minerals. Well, there's always rocks with like stalactites and stalagmites in caves. I'm thinking that one could be quite simple. But yeah, we've already left the original planet, the extreme planet, so hopefully the cave planet that we go to, maybe it might be pretty nice. Okay, stage 3. Fix warp drive, visit archive, get treasure, go to a red planet. 2 missions are blank. Whoa, what could those 2 missions be? Heck yes, they're encrypted missions perhaps at stage 3. I like that. It means we might be picking up some rewards mid-expedition that could be quite swanky. Okay, so fix warp drive, fair enough. Visit archive, so we may have to do that via cartography maps unless it just gives us a waypoint, which would be quite cool. But when you visit an archive, if you get the actual planetary map, it does take you to a relic site to get the treasure. So that all plays in. That's pretty darn sweet. Excellent. Go to red planet. Now, what I'm not seeing here is go to rendezvous points. So, are they getting rid of rendezvous points? Interesting conundrum. So here we go, stage 4. Now, stage 4 starts off with discover a planet. Well, if we've already fixed our warp drives and jump systems and left a planet, I'd imagine we would have scanned and discovered a planet by now. That one should happen ambiently. Heck, we could even rename the planet that we started on, surely. So that's a bit of an odd one, seeing that at stage 4. I don't know why it's there, to be fair. But anyway, let's press on. Underwater building, underwater freighter, extreme survival, have dug up a certain amount of resources, have a certain amount of units. Okay, now a lot of what's in stage 4 I feel could be unlocked in stage 1, providing it's got water on that planet perhaps. But yeah, it's like the whole, have you dug up a certain amount of resources? So over on stage 1 you can see there step 4 is dig something up, where you could just carry on digging that something up and maybe complete the other badge on have dug up a certain amount of resources. There's also dig up fossils on stage 2, which may also count towards that milestone. So that one I think is going to pop quite easily. And also storm crystals, you can sell those for a shed load of units, and if you are to find an NPC shop you can sell those storm crystals and get a certain amount of units. So yeah, just looking at the stage 4, I think you could pop that badge by selling the storm crystals relatively easy. Also, if we start on an extreme planet, the extreme survival, step 4 of stage 4, could also be completed at stage 1. So there we go. I can already see how I could be doing multiple missions with one step. So I'm quite liking, if this is a bona fide leak from data mined files, then I'm already seeing how I could do this expedition lickety split and maybe do two birds with one stone's type shenanigans. Stage 5 has got me scratching my head though. Something about ship rank. Well, if you start in an exotic ship, exotic ships are more often than not S-class. In fact, I've never seen an exotic ship that wasn't an S-class. So the whole thing about ship rank has got me a little bit puzzled. So you've got to remember that GUMSK is actually going by code lines, and you might not have been able to decipher them too well. I mean, this is the best that we got from those code lines. But the fact that there's 4 missions that are blank and probably encrypted has got me really excited. Heck yes, it does. So there we go, chums. That's the information that I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Heck yes. But yeah, I did put out a video the other day that I was speculating on what might be in Expedition 3. I guess go and check out that video. It's well worth a freaking look. Yes, it is, because I speculate we might go in caves, and that leak also mentions caves, which is pretty darn freaking sweet. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, put them in the comments. And until next time, people, you've been freaking awesome. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.